So today we do congruence modulo n. First we define what is this. Definition: let n be greater than 1 be an integer, then two integer a and b are said to be congruent if their remainder is same. If their remainder is same when they are divided by n and denoted by a congruent to b mod n. So what it's saying, if a and b are divided by n, then remainder is same. That means suppose r is the remainder. So suppose r is remainder, then by division algorithm how we can write? A is equal to k1 n plus r, this is quotient k1, and for b also we have some k2 quotient n plus r. R is taking same. So if I solve r, this equation, that means r become b minus k2n, and this r if I place here, what happen? Then this become a is equal to k1n plus, now value of r is b minus k2n, this is k1 minus k2n, this and this side plus b. That means this b I take, or this can be written a minus b is equal to k1 minus k2n, or this I can write mn, or I write here q, where q is equal to k1 minus k2. That means the difference is divided, then it is completely divisible. So we check here in the addition modulo what we find. If I take a set Z5, that means the operation is addition modulo 5, then this element of this set are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this, and the operation is this addition modulo 5. Now I say that this set is congruent to Z. What is Z? Z has minus 4, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I write 5, 6, 7, and so on. So now obviously from element 0 to 4 are there. Now what about 5? 5 in Z can be brought here, and with what element 5 will be equal? See, if I divide simply 5 by 5, then I get remainder 0, and I can say 5 is congruent to 0 under modulo 5. I can say this. Otherwise this means I am dividing. So by division algorithm, I can write 5 is equal to 5q plus r, and r by definition of addition modulo, we know r has choice 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because r is the remainder, a remainder must be in this set. So if I take any other value for except 0, if I take 0, then it is definitely, but if I take, suppose r is equal to 1, then what happen? Then this equation become 5 is equal to 5q plus 1. Right? Now what value, what integer we choose for q? If I choose 1, q is 1, then this becomes 6, the right side becomes 6 and left 5, then they are not equal. If I take minus 1, then this becomes minus 4, this is not equal. So only if I take 4, then this becomes 20, 21. That means if q is 4, then 5 is equal to 20 plus 1, that is 21, and this is not equal. So only choice for r we have 0. That means only choice we have, so only choice for r we have 0. Then this equation is satisfied. Similarly, what about 6? Direct if we divide, definitely it come 1. That means if I divide, the 1 is the remainder, and that means I can say 6 is congruent to 1 under modulo 5. Otherwise, by division algorithm, I can write 6 is equal to 5q plus r, where r belong to the set 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I take r0, if I take r0, I am just taking the wrong value, then what happen? Then this equation become 6 equal to 5q plus 0. So this is no meaning, we remove. Now for what integer this equation is satisfied? If I take q1, then this become 6 equal to 5, and this is not equal, that means it is not congruent. If I take q is equal to 2, then 6 equal to 10, this is again not congruent. If I take q is equal to minus 1, then this become, the right side become minus 5, and this is again not. So if I take q is minus 2, then 6 equal to, and this side minus 10, this is again not equal. That means the right choice, what is the right choice for r? The right choice for r, if I take r is equal to 1, then this equation become 1, and simply just by taking q1 we get into 1 plus 1. This is satisfied. That means our remainder r is 1. That means we can say that 6 is, then we can say 6 is congruent to 1 under modulo 5. Under modulo 5. Similarly, more values you can see. If I pick element 7, then what happen? If I take 7, simply I can say that it is congruent to 2. Otherwise, this is 2, or I can say 7 is congruent to 2 under modulo 5. But by division algorithm, 7 is 5q plus r. Now, what choice we have for r? And r belong to obviously 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, these elements. So if I take 0, the same argument, the fit value for r is 2. If r is 2, then this equation become 7 is equal to 5q plus r become 2, and q I take 1. For q1 we can see 7 is congruent to 2 modulo 5. Modulo 5. That means all numbers can be brought congruent to some number in Z5. Right? Now, this is the positive part we did. Now we see the negative part. If I take -1, and definitely if I divide, I don't know what remainder I get. So I use the division algorithm. 5q plus r, and for r belong to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now see, if I take r0, that means my question is -1 is congruent to which number in Z5? If I take if I take r is equal to 0, what happen? This equation become -1 equal to 5q. This equation become this. Now if I take q1, if q1, then this become -1 equal to 5. If I take q2, then this become -1 equal to 10. If I take q -1, then this become -1 equal to -5. This is also not equal. If I take q is equal to -2, then this become -1 equal to -10. So for r, any integer not satisfy this equation. That means what value I take for r? If I take for r equal to 4, then see, this equation become 4. This equation become 4. And if I take q equal to -1, then I get -1 -5 plus 4, this is -1. That means what I can say, -1 is congruent to 4 under modulo 5. That means each negative number can be found here. That means congruent to some number. Similarly, if I say if I take -3, then with what number this is congruent? Simply I do -3 equal to 5q plus r, and for r we have only choice 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if I take r0, then it is not satisfied. If I take r1, then also not. If I take r is equal to 2, what happen? This happen. This equation become -3 5q plus 2. Now take for q is equal to 1, then what happen? minus 3 equal to minus no, this become 5 plus 2 which is 7, 4 q minus 1 minus 3, this become minus 5, this is 2, this is minus 3. That mean minus 3 is congruent to 2 modulo 5. Modulo 5. Similarly, you can try minus 4. Minus 4 is congruent to what number? What we add? If I take here minus 4 and this is 5 cube r, so this is 1. Modulo 5. So each number can be fit there. Each number can be fit there. Now, actually, find the inverse of the matrix 2, 6, 3, 5 in GL 2 Z11. That means GL2 is the generalized or general linear group of 2 by 2 order matrix, and the domain is Z11. So we know that what is Z11. First, what is Z11? Z11 contains the element up to 10. Up to 10. Now we have to find the inverse. First we find the determinant. So let this matrix is A, then determinant of this matrix 2, 6, 3, 5 is 10 minus 18, which is equal to minus 8. Now this minus 8 is not in Z11, so using the congruence definition we can make this number in Z11. This is equal to, if I add 11, just simply I get this is congruent to 3 mod 11. Right? Now we find the adjoint, that is the inverse, or we can say I write 2, 6, 3, 5. Inverse of this matrix is equal to 1 by determinant, that is 1 by 3 into the cofactor of this matrix, this number 2 is 5, and cofactor of 6 is minus 3, and this is minus 6, and cofactor of 2 is 5 is 2, and here is the transpose. So this become, first this 1 by 3 also not there. So first we find what is the 1 by 3. 1 by 3 I can write equal to 3 inverse, that means the multiplicative inverse actually. So with what I multiplied with 3, so that I get the remainder 1. Simply you can see that if I multiply 4, then it becomes 12, that is 11, because modulo is 11. That means this equation 4, 11 is equal to 1, because upper part become the 12 and divided by 11 we get 1. That means the inverse of 3 is, so I simply say the inverse, that means I can write 1 by 3 is equal to 4. 1 by 3 is equal to 4. Now I rub this and then we move ahead. that means this become 4 into 5. Now I clear the transpose. 5 minus 3 and this become minus 6 and this remain 2 as it is. Therefore, now I multiply 4, I take inside. This number become 20, this become minus 24, this become minus 12 and this become simply 4. Now 20 easily can be calculated. What become 20? 20 become 9. When I divide by 11, because we have the addition modulo 11, then this number equal to 9. Now this, if I divide, this become equal to minus 2, and minus 2 again I can say, if I divide, this become minus 2 and this become minus 1 and this become 4. Now this negative number, again we find the congruent number regarding minus 2 and minus 1. So this simply, if I add 11, then this is 9. If I add 11, this become 9, and here this become 10 and this become this remain 4. So this is the inverse. This is the inverse of this matrix. Sorry, one mistake I think we have done. This 4 when multiplied, this become 8. So it is everywhere 8. It is everywhere 8. So this is the inverse of this matrix. Now we check, if we multiply this with this, we should get the identity, right? Right? So it is, we are talking of the multiplicative inverse, that is minus 1, right? So we multiply this matrix, right? We can get the result. To check whether our finding is good or not. So I multiply 9, 9, 10, 8. What I get? Now simply this become 18 plus 27. I wrote some values so that simply we can do, and this become 54 plus 45 and this become 20 plus 24 and this become 60 plus 40. After multiplication we get this. Now further I simplify this. This become equal to 45, 99 and this is 44 and this become 100. Now again these entries beyond these values, so we divide by 11 and we get 45 is congruent to 1, because 44 it is divided by 11, then I get 1, and this is 0 and this is 0. 100, this is again 99, that means if I divide this with 11 I get 1. So this is the identity element. That means simply this is the inverse. So our question, we can say the multiplicative inverse of 2, 6, 3, 5 is equal to 9, 9, 10, 8.